Hi everyone, I'm Ben from Simply Surf Bus, and I'm going to show you around a very specific and bespoke build in this medium wheelbase crafter, which we've done for traffic group signals. Starting off with the main kill switch for the 12 volt system. That's just located down here. We're going to turn that clockwise, and that's fired up all the 12 volt system on the leisure battery side. Right, now we're in the office of this medium wheelbase crafter. Our 12 volt system is now live. The PC is already on. You can see that with the button here. The rugged PC is situated behind this monitor. The 4G router is situated behind this controller. We can turn on the Metro and the Evo 1 controllers individually by the buttons down here. This one here is the water boiler. That is a kettle which is situated in the back of the van, along with the fridge which is in the back of the van. Little twisty dial there is for our lights. We've got a double USB, a 12 volt socket, same on the other side. 240 sockets. These come to life when we fire up the generator, which is sat in the back of the van, or when you're on shore hookup, which we are currently at the moment. Little snake light here with two brightnesses, a USB again for a bit more charging facilities. Moving over to the Webasto heater, which is just up here. At the moment we're -3 outside, it's freezing cold in the van. These guys want to be comfortable whilst they're working away out on the roads. So we're going to light up the unit by pressing the power button here. It goes straight to heating, press the button again, scroll it around to your desired temperature, hit the button, and then we've got a green light. The Webasto's live, the fan's going to start running, then the fuel pump will get going, and then we're going to be having temperature right up until you decide you don't need it on any longer. So I mentioned the generator earlier. That is situated in the back of the vehicle. Our control panel for the generator's up here. We're going to turn it on by pressing this red button. Just going to wait for it to wake up. You can't hear in the back, but the unit's going to be pulling up fuel now to get ready to fire up. I'm not going to fire the unit. We're inside the building. I don't want to smoke us out, but I'm just going to show you how you're going to fire up the generator. On a very cold day like it is today, it might take a couple of attempts just to get going if the vehicle's been situated on site for a long time or just been parked up whilst it hasn't been used. To start the unit, you press and hold the start button here. It's going to crank over a few times. It may pop up and just say wait, give it a minute or so, then give it another attempt. But that's our controller for the generator. We'll go round to the back of the van in a little minute and show you what's going on. We'll move on from there, go underneath. We've got some low-level storage on both sides. One little door there and another one on the other side. A bit more stowage right to the far left-hand side. Above us, some stowage cabinets. Curtains for a bit of privacy, or if it's a really bright sunny day, we can close the windows off. As you may have noticed, these seats are from a Caravelle, so they spin round and the guys need to travel to their destination. We've also got a Sequoia table leg base. The leg is stored in a sliding door. Drops in, you spin the collar at the bottom to lock that off, pull your tabletop out and plonk it on the top. The front seats also swivel, so all the guys in here can have 4 people in there having a little conference meeting discussing how they're planning their day. We're now at the front of the vehicle. We've got a couple of switches to go through and this screen which is at the front there. A little toggle switch down the bottom turns on the 3rd monitor. This monitor is connected to the PC at the back. With this screen, the guys can check that traffic lights are doing what they need to be doing once they've left site, so it's a bit of a backup for them. Over to the right hand side, this little cubby hole, we've got another toggle switch. That's for our flashing beacons. And this button just down here is the run start. This lets the vehicle run continuously once the keys are taken out of the ignition and the doors are shut. The guys like this, it keeps the aircon going, especially on a real hot day. If they need an extra heat When it's really, really cold, obviously they can turn the heating on for that as well. We're now in the back of the van. I've got a few things to show you where they're situated and what they're doing. We'll start off here. We've got a battery charger on display there. This is for the 5th battery in this vehicle, which is underneath this temporary traffic light. Opening up this drawer, showing us two 104 AGM batteries, both on chargers. This charger is for this battery, the other one for this battery. We can see the lights, they're telling us their status in their charge status at the moment. In the second drawer, we've got the same again, another 2 batteries. The charger on the left, charging the closest battery. Coming inside, we've got our fridge, which we've turned on from the office side of things. Our kettle, which is running off a 12 volt. This is being turned on with a click of a button. It takes a little while to warm up, but once it's going, it just maintains that heat, and you've got hot water when you need it. Your hand wash unit, that's running off a 240, so whether you're on shore hookup like we are now, or when the generator's running, pressing the right hand button is turning on your hand wash unit. Turning on the left hand button opens up the drying room for all the jackets and wet clothing. It's got a drainage in the back corner which just trickles out underneath the vehicle. Obviously we've got this monster in front of us here which we haven't been able to avoid. This is our generator, a continuous 3.5 kVh power output. We're not running at the moment, but if you needed to access it to maintain it, check on oil status, release the latches, undo the catch, and we can take this whole panel straight off. There's a dipstick under there to check your oil. The generator runs off a diesel, and its pickup is off the main diesel fuel tank, along with the Webasto heater, which is running off the diesel fuel tank as well. We've tried adding as much storage as we could in this little space we've now got in this medium crafter. At the top, we've got backup control units of the Metro and the Evo computers. Storage at the top, 240 sockets, a 12 volt socket, another backup for the 4G router. I'll just show you the electrics quickly, which is hidden under here. Under there, we've got our leisure battery, all the fuses, the 240 garage unit, flick-over units and relays. This is a little insight to the viewers of just what's in there, making all this vehicle work. For traffic group signals, this is where we're going. If a fuse has gone down or having any issues, give me a shout, I can talk you through it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It just shows you what we can do here at Simply Surf Bus. We don't just build camper vans, we do very bespoke, specific builds, just like this one. If you've got anything you want us to build for you, give us a shout. Cheers.